And here we are again. Hi there, Carson Meredith with you. It is 7:16 on this Saturday night. We're back to our regularly scheduled programming here on Wave Weather Now with our traditional weekend evening update. The alert day is gone. It was a brief alert day. Thankfully, the storms did not pan out. Very similar to what happened back on Monday, where we were concerned a few storms might go briefly severe. Didn't happen then, and it didn't happen tonight. So what's next? Well, the big story now, at least in the short term, is going to be the huge warm-up we've got for Easter Sunday, in the sense that it's going to be very unusually warm for the holiday tomorrow. We'll talk about that, and then we'll turn our attention to not only rain and storms Monday morning that will almost certainly cause some problems on the roads, but next weekend looks a little concerning. Not for severe weather necessarily, but just a lot of rain that might put a damper on the Kentucky Derby Festival events next weekend. Yes, the balloon races are in jeopardy already, I hate to say. So here we go. Let's start off with radar tonight. Nice and calm. Nice and calm. We're all good. Let me put radar in for the last 3 hours. You can see that little band of storms that perked up as it moved across southwest Indiana. That was around 2 or 3 o'clock last time we talked here on the digital side of things. And those storms tried to hold on as they got closer to I-65, but they just couldn't. They just fell apart very, very quickly. There were some glimpses, or at least some areas that were trying to get up towards 40-mile-per-hour gust, but we had no damage reports at all. There were no warnings, so we got through today just fine. And all that's left now are a couple little sprinkles, it looks like, in Shelby County, one little sprinkle north of Frankfort. You can see those showers are a little bit more widespread further to the north. But in general, we're looking mostly dry overnight tonight. And we're looking mostly dry for Easter Sunday, too. Having said that, the frontal boundary is still basically right on top of us tonight, and it's going to lift back to the north tomorrow. And as it does so, there could be additional little light showers as it lifts north, tomorrow morning especially. But really, it just looks like a crazy warm Easter Sunday tomorrow. Here's the big picture. Let me add on the surface map so you can see where that front is. There you go. So again, keep in mind these fronts you see are computer generated. I don't draw these. It's just kind of a quicker way to give you an idea of what's happening, right? So the front's basically right on top of us, the stalled front. And it's just decided, you know what, I'm going to spend the night right over wave country. And as we go through the day tomorrow, this portion of the front will kind of get a kick from this low down in Oklahoma and Texas. It'll kind of nudge everything back to the north. So the front goes back to the north tomorrow. And as it does so, we'll be in the warm sector, yes, but we won't have anything to set off too many storms. If anything, just set off a couple of showers. So that's why our rain chances tomorrow are rather low. Which is good for all of our holiday festivities. Further to the south, by the way, with that stronger low pressure, we've got some severe weather happening. Looks like a tornado warning, in fact, just northwest of Dallas, right there. So some severe weather going on in the Lone Star State tonight, but any severe weather threat here in our area is done for the evening. See those severe thunderstorm warnings up in Ohio and West Virginia here on the right side of your screen. That was what we were concerned about this afternoon, but again, it was not an issue for us at all. Let's look at some comments. Appreciate all of you watching. Probably a lighter crowd tonight being a holiday weekend, and well, we were on just a few hours ago, but that's all right. We appreciate everybody who watches when they can. Blue says good evening. Anita says hello. It's been a good day. Been busy. The computer gremlins were out to get me for some reason earlier today, but it's all good now. Let's see. ZK says hi. Is it okay if you could draw Big Red? I'd love to draw Big Red. I graduated from Western. Of course, I love Big Red. He's my buddy. But I'm not a very good artist. And, Big Red, he can be a little tricky to draw because you want to be as specific as possible. You just don't want to draw a giant blob, right? So I'll pass, but I like where you're thinking there. I appreciate the shout out for my alma mater. Angela didn't see any rain where she was at today, but it was humid. Yeah, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Y'all know I've been away for almost a year and a half now, which is crazy. And I told y'all last summer how much I can't stand summer heat. So the fact that we kind of got a little preview of it today, and we might get a little preview of it tomorrow, I'm not a huge fan, but it's the way it goes, right? Jay's watching us on Facebook. Hope you're well, my friend. Scott was watching us earlier. He's watching us again. Happy Easter Eve to all. Let's see. Adam measured 0.43 inches of rain in the rain gauge today up in Bloomington. Yeah, that's where the bulk of the action was today across southern and central Indiana. By the way, was anybody up early this morning when we were on for our morning newscast? There was a severe storm that went through Indianapolis while we were on the air. And there was a good bit of damage. A lot of 70-mile-per-hour gust. The Indianapolis airport measured 84-mile-per-hour wind gust. The weather service up in Indianapolis kind of like, we're not so sure about that. It's probably more like 70, 75. But anyway, it could have been much worse here in Wave Country today. There is no doubt about that. But everything turned out just fine. All right, let's get you outside to downtown Louisville from Jeffersonville. The Ohio is back in its banks, and it's much more peaceful along the Ohio tonight. Not as fast of a water flow now that we're back below flood stage. Still a little mild. Well, not a little mild. It is mild. 72 is our current temperature here in the city. That dew point of 60. It's not air you can wear just yet, but it is certainly soupy this evening. But the further north you are, the slightly cooler it is. And you can tell pretty clearly where that frontal boundary is tonight. It's basically along the Kentucky Parkways, right? So if you live south of the boundary, Bardstown, Litchfield, Mumfordville, Campbellsville, Columbia, you're in the mid-70s at this hour. Keep in mind, of course, Louisville's always warmer than the surrounding areas because of the heat island at the airport. But if you're north of that boundary, so the boundary goes right through here, thereabouts. If you're north of it, in southern Indiana, up towards LaGrange, Bedford, Kentucky, Carrollton, a lot of you guys are already in the 60s. So there will be a fairly wide range in temperatures tonight. Not extreme, not like 40 versus 68 or anything like that, but we're probably looking at lows between, I'd say, 55 and 62 tonight. It says 58 on the graphic. I apologize. I forgot to adjust that. 55 to 62, kind of that range in temperatures tonight. 50s to the north, 60s further south. Louisville, the exception, because the heat island will likely hover around 62 as well. Mostly cloudy and mild, of course. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to keep a very small shower chance around all night. It's 10%, guys. The 20% you see is really for early tomorrow morning, as in 4, 5, 6 a.m., as that front lifts back to the north. And as it does so, there could be enough moisture to set off perhaps a few more stray showers. So for the holiday, I think a lot of the day is dry, guys. Don't cancel your outdoor plans. Do not cancel those Easter egg hunts. Don't make those kids or those kids at heart sad. If we have any showers tomorrow, they're not going to last long at your house. 10, 15 minutes, and that's it. There will be a lot of dry time tomorrow. The best shower chances are earlier in the day in southern Indiana. Here we go again, talking about southern Indiana. That's where most of the models have been picking up on the better chance for a few showers. And even then, it's still not a whole lot. So 20% chance for showers if you're heading out early for church in the morning, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And then we'll just carry a teeny tiny shower chance the rest of the day just in case. Otherwise, it's cloudy and it is incredibly warm. 84 for the holiday tomorrow. It's hard to keep track of warmest Easter holidays ever because obviously the Easter holiday changes from year to year, but I got a feeling 84 for a high temperature would certainly be up there in Easter history. Here's Futurecast for tomorrow. So this is Easter Sunday, 4 a.m. You notice a lot of us in good shape. We mentioned that temperature swing, 50s in southern Indiana, low, even mid 60s across southern Kentucky. But most of us are dry. Now, as the front starts to lift north, closer to sunrise tomorrow morning, notice those shower chances perk up, mainly in central or southern Indiana, rather. If you made me nail down a timeline when I think there would be the most showers, I would say 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Again, primarily in that blue box, or what's supposed to be a box that I just drew. So the same areas today that we were watching for strong storms, in general, are going to be the same areas we're watching for those spotty showers tomorrow morning. So if you're heading to church early and you're in Salem, you're in Paoli, you're in Scottsburg, you're in Corden, even here in Louisville, if you're going to a sunrise service or something like that, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m., take an umbrella with you just in case. Just in case. Don't want to mess up those fancy Easter outfits. Don't want to mess up the family picture later on Easter. So umbrella might be a good idea just in case. And you know what? If you get to church and it's not raining, just leave the umbrella in the car. By the time service is over, most of those showers will be gone. Okay? So highest shower chances along and north of Interstate 64 on Easter Sunday morning between 5 and 11 a.m. Now, you do notice this is the HER model once again, the high resolution rapid refresh. It has great resolution, obviously, high resolution, but sometimes that can be a detriment. In other words, when you're talking about lighter potential precipitation, it wants to pick up on a lot more shower activity than will likely really exist. So you see tomorrow afternoon, it's trying to spit out some showers across Kentucky. Is it possible? Yes. Are we going to have this many showers around tomorrow afternoon? No. It's just a 10% chance later in the day. The clouds will hold tough, but even so, guys, I mean, we're heading for the 80s. Not the decade, although a lot of you probably wish we were going back to the 80s. No offense. I would like to go back to the 90s when I was a kid. Yeah, we're going to be in the 80s tomorrow. 84. Very, very warm Easter Sunday. And again, I really think we're going to be mostly dry throughout the day tomorrow. Okay. ZK asks, I usually leave for church around 10 a.m. Will Clark County be seeing rain this early? I think most of the showers will be gone, or at least moving out of Clark County by 10 a.m. Still could be 1 or 2 showers around. A lot of it, however, will be to the north of Clark County by 10 a.m. It appears. Brenda says, rain, go away. All the kids want to play. Happy Easter. Very nice, Brenda. Happy Easter to you. Yeah, they'll be fine. I mean, they're kids. They don't care if it's wet outside, right? They don't care if it's raining. But don't cancel those Easter egg hunts. They should be just fine, especially later in the day, tomorrow afternoon. Jealous of you, Todd. Have fun with the weather. We're off to the Caribbean. Thanks, man. Ay. That's awesome, though. Safe travels. Enjoy escaping this mess. DJ King says hello from North Vernon. Destiny says hello. Glad we didn't get it too bad here in Louisville this afternoon. Yeah, it was a heavy downpour around 5 o'clock, as we talked about earlier today. But yeah, we were just fine. All right. So I think we're in good shape. Actually, here's a good question. Where was it? Sarah has a good question. Will there be wind tomorrow? There will be a breeze, like a steady breeze around 10 miles an hour, but we're not talking about a blustery day necessarily. We're not looking at wind gust, 30, 40 miles an hour tomorrow. Around 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. Just a steady breeze. Obviously out of the south. So that's why we're heading for the 80s, right? But just a steady breeze, not too bad. Let's see. Kelly is asking about severe weather tomorrow night. Nice segue. Let's talk about our next big weather maker. That moves in technically late Sunday night. It's all relative, however you want to look at it. Overnight Sunday night into early Monday morning. The cold front that's out to our west will finally move through from west to east. So we got the frontal boundary now kind of going south to north, wobbling back and forth. Well, the part of the front that's way out in Oklahoma and Texas now will finally move east and clean things out Monday morning. Give us a little break in this active weather pattern Monday morning. So as we do that, there's going to be a weakening band of showers and storms that moves through early Monday morning, really more than anything else. So if you got any plans tomorrow evening, you're good. All good. But early Monday morning, as we're all heading back to work or school, that's when the storm chances are at their highest, of course. So around a 60% chance. When you look at the big picture covering everybody in wave country, not just your house, we're looking at between 3 a.m. and noon. That's kind of the window for the highest rain chances Monday morning, 3 a.m. to noon. For Louisville specifically, I think around 6, maybe 7 o'clock right now, Monday morning, is when the highest rain chances will be in the metro, right? As we're all trying to hit the roads to go to work or school. There is no alert day in at this point. Sorry. Thank you, Adam, for catching that spammer. I got one of their comments, but I don't think I got them all. But anyway, there's no alert day in place for Monday morning because there's no severe weather threat. Having said that, this rain moving in Monday morning is going to impact the morning drive. So you're going to need an extra 10 or 20 minutes to get to work or school. I'm not overly worried about flooding or obviously not worried about severe weather. I'm not worried about flooding necessarily. What would concern me would be ponding on the roads in the typical spots. You know, you go into a little dip on the road that you travel, that might have a little bit of puddles or ponding, if you will. That's going to be the main issue with this, okay? Here's Futurecast for 4 o'clock Monday morning. And yes, you see some yellows and oranges and reds. There is the chance that there could still be a few thunderstorms with this. Might give you an early wake-up call, especially west of I-65, out towards Bedford, Paoli, Hardinsburg, maybe even Litchfield. But none of these storms are going to be severe, okay? The greater severe threat tomorrow is in Missouri and Arkansas. We're good. We do not have to worry about severe weather, all right? As these storms keep pushing east, they're going to move into a much more stable environment. So not a lot of storm fuel. They'll keep weakening, will these storms, as they move further east. But that's where that risk for ponding on the roads would come into play Monday morning. So 4 a.m., we're looking at most of the action west of I-65, west of Louisville. This is for Monday morning. Here we go at 6:30. Storms are still weakening. It's more than anything else just rain. But it will be a steady rain for an hour or two. And it could cause ponding on the roads for the morning drive. So just plan on it now. Extra 10, 20 minutes getting to work or school, especially if you have to get on a 4-lane highway or an interstate, because there could be some trouble spots for Monday morning, okay? We get later into the morning. You notice here in Louisville, we start to dry things out by 9 o'clock, maybe a couple lingering showers, that's it. And then around 9 o'clock, Some of those showers and a few storms continue across southern Kentucky. So Marion, Washington, Greene, Taylor, Adair counties, Hart County, LaRue County too. And then by early Monday afternoon, we're quieting down. The rain is moving east. Maybe a few breaks in the clouds. I'm not totally sold on that, but in general, we'll be drying things out as we head into Monday afternoon. Rainfall amounts look very minor, quarter to half inch now through Monday morning, with virtually all of that falling Monday morning, okay? So we'll keep an eye on it. Again, there's no alert day right now. There's no severe weather threat. Adam, I know you're asking about maybe was there a little Boeing segment there on Futurecast? Not really. Not really. There's not much of a wind threat with this. As these storms move in the dead of night, they're not going to have any storm fuel left. So at this stage of the game, no alert day for Monday morning. Now, if these storms do roll in during the morning drive and we're getting accidents all over the place, then we may have to reconsider things. But right now, we'll hold off. Just take it slow. Don't be a fool when you head out the door Monday morning on the roads. Just drive smart and give yourself some extra time, and you'll be good to go. Okay, late next week. Ooh, I don't have a good feeling about this, guys. Not because of severe weather. The severe weather threat, nothing to panic about, nothing too alarming, okay? Maybe one or two strong storms late next week. That's it. My main concern is going to be just the fact that we get into an incredibly unsettled weather pattern where there's nothing to clean it out. There's nothing to get the mess out of here once it gets back here. So starting on Thursday, those scattered showers and storms are back. We're dry on Tuesday, mostly dry Wednesday. We'll have to watch our southern counties Wednesday. But Thursday is when those storm chances climb again. It's going to be another setup where you've got a stalled boundary nearby. And don't take these drawings as where the boundary is. I'm just kind of illustrating how this is going to play out. And then along that frontal boundary, you're going to have these low pressures or these little short waves, these little pieces of energy or disturbances, just kind of riding along that front. And with each little wave that rides on the front, you're going to see an increase in shower and storm chances for a given time. When will each particular wave along that stalled front move through? Hard to say at this point. We're 5 days out, minimum. But the early indications are that the highest storm chances next weekend are going to be Friday and possibly Saturday. Earlier today, a lot of the models were optimistic that we might dry things out on Saturday. That no longer looks to be the case. We may very well have showers and storms around much of Friday and much of Saturday. And immediately my mind goes to all the balloon festival events, the balloon glow, the rush hour race, the main balloon race, and also to the marathon and mini marathon on Saturday morning. The runners can obviously race in the rain, but if we have thunder and lightning, that could be a problem. I'll just tell you right now, when it comes to the balloons, they're going to have a very, very hard time doing any of the events if this forecast holds. And look, we're 5 days away, so I hope that it will change. I do. But if this forecast were to verify, a lot of those balloon races especially are not going to go off this year. So let's hope that things can change. Let's hope that things can turn around in the coming days. But late next week looks very messy. Part of next weekend looks messy, especially Saturday. Now, you get towards Sunday, Pegasus Parade Day. Okay, it looks better, right? More storm chances further to the east in the Carolinas. But you got another system off to our west by next Sunday that is going to be causing problems as we head into Derby week. Not Derby Day necessarily, but Derby week. So the pattern is not calming down anytime soon. In fact, I'd argue it's getting more active again as we head into the biggest time of year in this part of the world, right? So there's your 10-day. 84 tomorrow, small shower chance, especially in the morning in southern Indiana. That's where the highest shower chances are tomorrow morning from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's all it is showers. No storms tomorrow. None. Monday morning, early Monday morning, so 3 a.m. to noon Monday morning, we'll have those weakening storms rolling through. No severe weather, but there could be ponding on the roads for the Monday morning rush. Tuesday looks good. Tuesday is the pick right now, mainly because it's the only entirely dry day in the 10-day right now. 75 Tuesday, 82 on Wednesday, mostly dry. And then starting Thursday, here we go again. So too early to talk about any flooding potential for next weekend, by the way, because we still need to figure out again when each disturbance is going to ride along that stalled front next weekend. And I mean, you'd be better off throwing it at a dartboard at this point, trying to figure out when each of those little disturbances is going to move through. It's hard to say. It just looks active. And that's kind of why we're giving you that earliest alert that late next week into next weekend, with all the events going on around town, could be a little active again on radar. Starting Thursday, but especially into Friday and next Saturday. Watch that for the balloons, the marathon. Pegasus Parade looks okay for now next Sunday, but that timing obviously could still change. And then just outside the 10-day, you get closer to Thurby and Oaks and obviously Derby. It could be messy. I'll just leave it at that at this point. You look at some models, it's Oaks Day that might be a mess. You look at others, and it looks like Derby might be a mess. You look at a couple, and they say both days are a mess. We're 2 weeks out, guys, so a lot's still going to change with that Oaks and Derby outlook. That's just kind of my early assessment of where things stand. And, of course, Brian will be watching it like a hawk in the weeks ahead, and he'll have more specific details for you that only he can give on Storm Talk over the next couple of weeks. All right, more comments, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Anita, is Mother Nature not a Derby fan? Not this year. Is she ever, though? I mean, it's always one or the other that gets wet, either Oaks or Derby, always. So, Ashley's asking about tomorrow. Worn out. I don't blame you. I'm exhausted. Oh, my goodness. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I love my job. I love being at Wave. It's an honor to be here. I mean that. But it would be nice if these active setups did not happen every single weekend, at least for me, right? Goodness. Let's see. What's keeping Monday morning from being severe? Just that, Monday morning. Mornings are typically your most stable times of day in the atmosphere. Typically. And that's going to be the case this time. So now, if that front was moving in Monday afternoon, I would be a little concerned, but it's not. It's moving through Monday morning. So there could be some thunderstorms, certainly. There could be some ponding on the roads, but no severe weather expected because of that timing. Timing working in our favor for a change when it comes to severe weather, at least. Austin has a good mindset here. As long as there's no severe weather outbreaks or flooding, we cannot complain. Amen, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. Any last minute comments, questions, thoughts before we wrap this up tonight, guys? Appreciate you all watching. As always, appreciate you sticking with us today on this brief alert day, kind of a miniature one, just in case. It was a just in case alert day, for sure. But we're all good now. So enjoy your Easter Sunday. Hope you have a blessed day with your friends and your family. And enjoy the warmer weather, right? Beware of melting chocolate bunnies and Easter eggs. 84 degrees, that will cause some melting, I'm sure, with some of that candy tomorrow. Again, small shower chance mainly during the morning, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m., mainly in southern Indiana. So umbrella might be a good idea if you're heading to church services tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the rest of the day looks mostly dry. Next big weather maker will be that rain and storm chance Monday morning. And of course, we will be back here on Wave Weather Now around this time tomorrow night, 7:15 or so. Hope you'll tune in. If you can't wait that long, don't worry. We'll be on TV too. You can catch us on Wave News at 11 tonight and on Wave News Sunrise on Sunday morning. All right, guys, that is it for now. Take care of yourselves. Have a good evening. Happy Easter to one and all. And I will see you guys later. Good night.